Dr. Disrespect has been turned down for YouTube monetization, and this means a couple of very large things for his channel. So I'm going to take you through why he originally got taken down and demonetized, why he got banned from Twitch, and what this means for the rest of his story as a creator on the internet. Make sure to stay to the end. Like if you like the video, comment if you don't like the video, and we'll talk about it. Maybe we can find some middle ground somewhere. Let's go ahead and start with the first thing, which is his Dr. Disrespect tweet titled The Twitch Ban. So he's talking about a lot of different things here. The specific thing that was the nail in the coffin for him, Midnight Society Game Studio, which had dropped him. And that is his game studio. That is a studio that he started and helped start, and they dropped him as a creator on their platform. It's a big deal because obviously at this point we didn't know anything about the situation, and so we only could go based off of his personal friends and CEO of this company, Midnight Society. So we assumed the worst at this point, and it only got worse whenever we see this tweet here. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. That's about all we have to really read. So the first thing that he really clarifies is that legally he is protected. By law, he is protected by what he did. He never met up with someone. He only messaged someone. Now, some people would say that this is already morally wrong because of the fact that he messaged somebody that was underage. I am partially in the camp of said thing. The only issue is we have never seen those tweets, and we still probably will never see them. He refuses to release them. Some would say that's because of incriminating himself. Some would say that he just doesn't have access to them. Maybe there's something along the back scenes that does not allow him to have access to them. But the point is, we will never see this. But after all of these charges came up against him, again, reminder, this was in 2017 when he was 35 and 17, Twitch banned him. Flash forward into 2024. YouTube heard about this type of stuff and demonetized him. If you don't know what demonetization means, it basically means that YouTube no longer pays you for the work that you're doing. Now, you could get into the haze of that and how that could or could not be viewed as really just taking advantage of your workers. But ultimately, it's advertisers. It's not necessarily YouTube's job to filter through all this stuff. And though they do take it upon themselves in these certain rare scenarios, I don't really blame YouTube too much. Continuing though, he reapplied for monetization roughly a month ago. It takes about a month to get a decision. And this is him talking about that said decision in his live stream, exactly 1 month away from that decision.
Actually, champs, unfortunately, they pushed it back another 60 days. Believe it or not. They waited to the very last second last night to tell us we're going to extend just for another 60 days, and then you'll be eligible to reapply, and we'll review the application.
Now, in this situation, he is stretching the truth. And the reason why I know he's stretching the truth is not because I have been demonetized myself ever, which I haven't been, but it's because that this creator right here, Need Help, was demonetized at one point. And how it works is basically you are allowed to reappeal what happens one time. So he applies, they rejected him. He appealed, they rejected him. That is when the 60-day extension comes into play. He is stretching the truth by a lot. They are not extending it, they rejected you. Unfortunately, they rejected him. Now, first and foremost, I want to say that I am not a Dr. Disrespect hater here. And I'm not pointing out this lie because I hate Dr. Disrespect. I'm pointing out this lie because it's just a lie. And I feel like it wasn't very necessary. Continuing though, Dr. Disrespect basically can't stream on YouTube. Or he can't stream on YouTube to make a profit. So he's got to find another streaming platform. And the first one that comes to mind is Kick, the unbannable streaming platform. That is a platform that Aiden Ross regularly has people on that are very controversial, considering Donald Trump was allowed on a Kick stream. Now, regardless of what you feel about Donald Trump, you can kind of agree that he is a very polarizing figure. And if he went on Twitch, he probably would have gotten banned. Whether you agree with that or not, personally, I'm in the camp of it's free speech. But whether you agree with that or not, he probably would have gotten banned. There's been people on Twitch that have gotten banned for far less. But with that being said, Dr. Disrespect speaks on the Kick streaming deal that he was supposedly offered, or at least was looking into, and says this exactly. I'd retire before considering streaming on Kick. My community is the best in the industry. I wouldn't take it there. There's a reason why they keep dropping my name. Think about it. Now, this is in response to a Kick streams, basically just saying, where the CEO basically just said, we don't want Dr. Disrespect. Nobody wants Dr. Disrespect, which is not necessarily true. And I think it was a little bit harsh on Kick's end, considering, again, Dr. Disrespect still did technically do nothing illegal. He never did anything illegal. Ultimately, when you are turning down money to this extent, it does show a couple of red flags. But continuing, Dr. Disrespect then starts talking about Rumble. What's Rumble? Rumble is a extremely right-leaning free speech streaming platform in which a lot of people have streamed before. People like Andrew Tate and Sneeko stream on this platform. It is extremely right-leaning. Some would call extremist right-leaning. And they will basically sign anyone, as well as how Kick worked. And right now, they have 0 gaming streamers. At least 0 gaming streamers that are huge. Kick has someone like Nick Merckx. Kick has people like Aiden Ross. Kick has people in basically every category. So they are in a position in which they can say, Dr. Disrespect, we don't want you. Rumble is not in that position. And when talking about Rumble, Dextero makes a tweet, which is a popular Twitter news site. And they say Rumble reportedly joins Kick in declining to sign Dr. Disrespect to a big contract despite previous offers. Dr. Disrespect replies with, well, let's ask the CEO of Rumble right now. Hey, Chris Pavlovski, is this confirmed? Chris Pavlovski says, add Slasher to the list of lying corporate media, aka the owner of Dextero. We have never declined having Dr. Disrespect on Rumble. It makes you really wonder what else these reporters are lying about in order to get clicks in Dr. Disrespect's name. Now, this is a big deal. Dr. Disrespect is possibly in negotiations with Rumble. The fact that he has that much pull on the Rumble CEO shows that he is possibly in negotiations with Rumble. What I would imagine we see in the next couple of months is a multi-streaming deal with Dr. Disrespect and Rumble. And if I'm wrong, that's entirely valid. But I think Dr. Disrespect fits almost perfectly into Rumble's current creators. They are extremely right-leaning, willing to forgive people, and very much so innocent until proven guilty mentality. I believe we will see Dr. Disrespect on Rumble. Let me know your opinion. And while you're typing your opinion, we're going to go ahead and read the daily Bible verse for today. This is coming from Romans 12:1. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. If you'd like to talk more about this Bible verse, go ahead and hit me in the comments or message me on Discord. You guys have an amazing day and spread Jesus' love.